So somebody filed a proposal to a decentralized organization this May and gave it a title. Emergency Proposal, Treasury Protection. Sounds responsible. Sounds like somebody standing guard over the vault. But open it up, and the instruction underneath that title says something else entirely. Move 31,000 ICP to this address. And that address doesn't belong to anybody who works there. Now, this video exists because of one comment. A viewer who's been here a long time, for the king, left this on the cybersecurity video yesterday, quoting exactly, "I hold ICP without a doubt, but I'm not sure what this token does." And honestly, that's the sharpest question anybody's put to me all month. So let me answer it properly, because the answer isn't a feature list, it's what happened next. Okay, so OpenChat. Before we go near the token, you need to know where this came from. January 2021, WhatsApp pushes a new privacy policy, and the deal is basically accept that your phone number, metadata, transactions, and location all get handed to Facebook, or lose your account. The founders wrote it down at the time, and I love how blunt they were. If users don't comply, they said, the messaging app will now gradually degrade in service until it stops operating entirely. That's the world this app was born into. Around that same moment, Dominic Williams, the man who founded DFINITY, the outfit behind the internet computer, picks up the phone to an old colleague he'd been building software with since the late 90s, Matt Grogan. He asks if Grogan fancies building something on this network. Grogan says yes, talks Hamish Peebles into it, and a few months later, Julian Jelfs. 3 developers. That's the entire company. And here's the detail I enjoy. There was no grant program yet. It didn't exist. DFINITY simply hired them, and the brief was comically wide open. Build something ambitious. Show people what this network can do. So they built a chat app. First line of code lands on the 18th of December, 2020. They ship a test version that June, decide it's too primitive, throw it away, and spend 7 months rebuilding from nothing. Relaunched January 2022, open sourced that October, under the strictest copyleft license there is. So where does it actually run? This is what makes OpenChat different from every messenger you've used. Your messages don't sit in a data center in Virginia. They sit inside a smart contract. On the internet computer, those are called canisters. And the easiest way to think about one is a smart contract that can also serve you a web page. OpenChat gives every user, every group, and every community their own. So your chat history lives inside a piece of code only you can open. And the website itself gets served out of one of those canisters too, signed by the network, so you can prove nobody swapped it out on you. Now, there are a lot of users to spread around, so those canisters get sharded across 3 subnets. And here's the bit I love. You can go and read the numbers yourself. Every OpenChat canister publishes a metrics endpoint. Public. No key, no login. I pulled it this morning. 228,210 users. And now the honest part, because I'm not selling you anything. OpenChat is not end-to-end encrypted today. Their own FAQ calls it something they'll add at a later date, and in January the roadmap moved it to on hold. Push notifications, email sign-in, and as of last week, content moderation as well, all still touch services that aren't on the chain. They write every one of those down in public, which I respect enormously. But you should know it before anybody sells you the word decentralized. February 2023. This is where the token walks on stage. OpenChat does something nobody had done before. It launches an SNS, Service Nervous System. And here's the plain version. It's a DAO with teeth. Most DAOs only control a pot of money. An SNS controls the actual application, the code, the upgrade button. On the 3rd of March, just before 7 in the morning, the sale opens. 2-week window, ceiling of 1 million ICP, and it fills in under 5 hours. 2,375 people put money in directly, with the Neurons Fund alongside them, about $5.5 million at the prices of that week, 25 chat for every ICP. And this was the first SNS ever launched. The next one didn't turn up for 3 months. The split: 52% of the tokens into a treasury the DAO controls, 25 to the people who bought in, 15 to the 3 founders behind vesting running out as far as 4 years, 8 to DFINITY. A few weeks later, Grogan gets asked about Arbitrum. The team there moved an enormous pile of tokens before their DAO had any say. His answer was completely flat. At no time, he said, did the founding team have access to the treasury, which is a lovely thing to say about yourself. So here's how you check it instead of believing it. That user index canister publishes its governance principles, the list of who's allowed to control it. There's exactly one entry. It's the DAO's governance canister, not a company, not a founder. Go and look. So, 15th of May, this year, somebody starts filing proposals. Over the following 7 weeks, one neuron, one single account, files 10 of them, all the same type. Move money out of the treasury. Combined, they're asking for 259,300 ICP. And the craft on these is impressive, in a horrible sort of way. 5 of the 10 copy the development team's real proposal titles, word for word. 3 of those go further. They paste in the genuine changelog. Real GitHub commit link, real bug fix descriptions, real version numbers. Here's the cleanest example. On the 29th of May, the actual OpenChat team files proposal 2294. Upgrade the local user index canisters to version 2.0.1987. Same day, proposal 2295 appears. Identical title, identical changelog. But underneath, where the real one says run this upgrade, this one says move 30,000 ICP to this address. Then they did it again 3 weeks later. Somebody was watching the release schedule and shadowing it. 2 of them are almost art, honestly. One is called Emergency Proposal, Treasury Protection, and it's a treasury drain. Another is titled Increase Proposal Rejection Cost to Deter Spam. It is spam. Every one of those 10 was rejected. Not one got through. And not on a technicality. Every single one had more voting no than yes. The best that account managed was 17% in favor. And treasury proposals on an SNS are flagged critical, meaning you need 20% of every vote in existence and a 2/3 supermajority on top. It was never close. And each rejection cost the filer 10 chat. So, for the king, here's your answer, all of it, including the part that isn't flattering. First, governance. And this is the big one. You stake chat into something called a neuron, minimum 4 tokens. Lock it a month and you get to vote. Lock it a year and your vote counts double. And you get paid for voting, 2.5% a year, settled daily. And unusually that rate is flat, it never decays. Over 16,000 people hold one, and roughly 39% of every chat in existence is staked right now. Second, and this surprised me, I could only confirm it by reading their source code. Chat is a payment token inside the app. Diamond membership can be bought with it. 2 tokens for a month, 60 for life. And when you pay in chat, the code doesn't route it to the treasury, it routes it to the burn address. Listing a new token in OpenChat's registry costs 500 chat, also burned. The comment in that code literally says transfer the listing fee to the burn address. Miss a day on your streak, you buy it back in chat, burned as well. Tips, prize pots, token-gated communities. Chat works there too. But here's the honest correction, and you deserve that more than you deserve me agreeing with you. That payment layer is real, but it's small. The DAO pays its own bills in ICP, not chat. And the one thing that ever pushed this token out to ordinary users at scale, those monthly airdrops, ended in July last year, after 12 rounds and 1 million tokens. Nothing replaced it. And the news here is genuinely this week. 22nd of July, moderation moved to OpenAI's moderation service. 23rd, translation got pulled behind a server-side proxy after somebody spotted an exposed key in the front end, and the DAO paid that person 1,000 chat for finding it. 26th, Julian Jelfs published a piece on why UK online safety law is forcing real changes on them. And yesterday, the website itself shipped by vote. So, what does the token do? It reads the payload when the title is lying to you. That's the job. Not glamorous, but it's the thing that mattered 10 times this spring. Now the action item, and it's live right now. OpenChat's bug bounty pays in chat, 1,000 tokens a time. 6 have gone out since July last year, every one by DAO vote, on a public ledger, and the most recent cleared 5 days ago. If breaking things is what you're good at, that door is open. And every number in this video came from somewhere you can reach with no key and no login, the SNS dashboard and slash metrics on any OpenChat canister. Go and check me. That's the point. And the honest counterweight, because trust is all this channel has. 3 people wrote nearly all this code. The bot developer base is small, and end-to-end encryption is on hold. Real project, real limits, both true at once. For the king. This one's yours. You asked the sharpest question I've had in a long while, and it turned out to have a far better answer than either of us expected. Thank you for that. Full written breakdown in the Notion link in the description, every source in it. And if there's a project you want taken apart like this, tell me below. That's where these come from.